Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we are going to talk about the China O'Brien 1 and 2 Combo Pack 4K from Vinegar Syndrome. This is an amazing set here. Both movies star Cnthia Rothrock, Richard Norton, and Keith Cook. They play China O'Brien, is Cnthia Rothrock's character, Matt is played by Richard Norton, and Dakota is played by Keith Cook. They are a trio that takes on corruption in this country town. The first movie starts out China O'Brien is a martial arts instructor for the police force, and she ends up in a shooting, and it's ruled a justified shooting, but she ends up killing somebody. She was cleared of any wrongdoing, but she feels terrible, and the police force doesn't want her to quit, but because of the way she feels, and that's just not who she is, so she goes out to the country where her dad's a sheriff. She kind of goes out there to reset, but she discovers that things are run by a corrupt criminal, Edwin Summers. He runs drugs, he does all kinds of things, and he intimidates people. This movie is a combination of Walking Tall and Roadhouse. And her dad's the only guy who's willing to stand up against Summers, and he ends up losing his life because of it. So China decides, with the help of Matt, a former flame of hers who wants to get reacquainted with her, and Dakota, who's just tired of seeing people living in fear and has his own problems with the Summers gang. And so he's a great martial artist as well, so he agrees to help. So they all take on the Summers gang here. And there's a lot of great martial arts set pieces here, as directed really well by Robert Klaus, who did Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. The choreography is a mixture of Hong Kong and American style. It's pretty fast-paced, but you can still see what's going on, and the moves still mean something. That's kind of my problem with some of this choreography that's super fast. There's just all this stuff and none of the moves really mean anything. Here it's blended pretty well. So she goes to carry on her dad's legacy and run for sheriff and reestablish the great town that she loves so much where she grew up. So that's the first movie. The second movie, Charlie Baskin is this escaped drug kingpin, and he escapes, and he takes out the judge that convicted him, he takes out the DA that prosecuted him, he takes out the detective that investigated him. He is ruthless, and the way he takes out the detective, he sends this stripper assassin. It's a pretty entertaining scene, and it establishes Baskin as a pretty ruthless guy who will stop at nothing to get his revenge on those who have crossed him. But here, there's a guy in witness protection in China O'Brien's town, and he gets with a local girl there, and when Baskin's gang finds out who he is, they take all of them hostage. So China O'Brien, with Matt and Dakota, they're established now. They're deputies under her. She goes after Baskin. And this movie is more of a straight-up martial arts movie because the characters are already established, so they go straight into the action here. There's a lot of fun set pieces here, and a lot of great martial arts action, and Billy Blanks appears as well, and he has a fight with Dakota. It's a pretty good fight here, so a lot of fun to be had in this movie. I kind of prefer the second one a little bit more, but they're both great. Now, let's talk about the audio and picture quality. The audio is a mono, but it sounds pretty damn good. It's not a bad sounding soundtrack at all. Dialogue and music is crisp and clear. And the picture here, the 4K, is Dolby Vision, and it's a very good picture. Everything looks very bright and vivid, but a natural look. You can see the grain. It's definitely visible in these movies, but everything looks really good here. It's a very natural look, which is the way I prefer it. So it's kind of like the old version. China O'Brien was shot on film, but it's enhanced, but still it preserves the natural look of the film. So that's established here. So that's very nice. Now, let's get into the artwork here. It is absolutely phenomenal, and I'll dive into the special features as well. Artwork here, hard slipcase, the China O'Brien 2. There's the spine, and when you cover it, you have this slip. There's some more artwork. Look at that. I like this one a lot. And then you have more artwork. And this is reversible. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the artwork here. We'll take a look. Let's Yeah. Here's the artwork on the back. This is a 4-disc set here, actually. So China O'Brien 1 is on a 4K. China O'Brien 2 is on a 4K. It's just the movie. The special features, which I'll get into, are all on the first Blu-ray of China O'Brien. And then China O'Brien 2 has its own Blu-ray. It's just the film on it. So China O'Brien 1 and all the special features are on the Blu-ray part. So a 4-disc set here. So the special features I'll get into now. There's a lot here. The first disc, like I said, so let's go in special features. New interview with Cnthia Rothrock, interview with Keith Cook and Richard Norton and Chris Casamassa. Melanie Good is the stripper assassin. That's the scene I told you about in the second one. And brand new featurette with Richard Norton and Keith Cook. And let's see, casting China O'Brien, a new interview with casting director Katrine McGregor. Composing China, brand new featurette with composers David Wheatley and Paul Antonelli. And the making of a martial arts movie, archival making of documentary on China O'Brien, archival interview with Cnthia Rothrock and Richard Norton, courtesy of Cnthia Rothrock's YouTube channel. So there's a lot of stuff here. And the film was restored from the original camera negative in 4K. So a lot of stuff here, a great set. Also, there is a booklet here, a very extensive booklet with more insights into the films here. A lot of different pictures and different insights and essays. So all in all, a great set here. Vinegar Syndrome delivers once again, like they always do. They go all out. And this movie got the ultimate treatment with Dolby Vision, all this artwork, and special features. So if you're a fan of Cnthia Rothrock, I think this is a no-brainer. Go with this. And the cost was $45, but you're thinking you get 2 4K movies, 2 Blu-rays, a lot of special features and artwork. Not too bad of a deal there. You get a lot here. So I think overall, I would definitely go with it if you grew up with martial arts movies like I did. Definitely give it a buy. So Vinegar Syndrome, once again, they deliver. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.